This is Joyce
and Blake.
And welcome to Savagely Scaled. Special guest, Jenny.
The Dotson.
That's right.
She's like that.
Don't do it. Don't look at her.
Cue for my toy.
Yep. And she brings the ball every time there's a guest. She's like, I haven't seen humans in a whole week.
But it's so cute because she rolls it with her nose to you, and then you could kick it and throw it, and then she literally brings it back like she's rolling it to Joyce right now.
And then
with her nose.
And then if you ignore her, she'll bark.
Yeah.
So she might bark.
And she's staring me down.
Don't look at her. Anyways. But if you hear a bark, you know it's her. But anyways, it's been a while. This is, I guess, our official first recording back, right, and podcasting for our podcast.
Well, it's also our first episode of the new year with just us.
And there she is.
And Jenny.
She's like, I thought we were starting. I was supposed to speak first.
Okay.
Anyways, let's go into what we're really going to be talking about, which is more CrossFit.
Yes. If you haven't tuned into this, it is just CrossFit talk by two savagely scaled ladies.
I know we're entering a new year. You know, maybe new fans, new people who don't really know much about the podcast. But
so we're going to start speaking about the Open.
Yeah, it's coming up, guys. It's around the corner. It's always the
end of February.
Yep. It's always the first thing, I guess the first CrossFit event of the year. So we're excited to get the CrossFit season ready to go.
Started. And it's just some new things about
so much new things.
And percentages again. And what is qualifying and what is not. And what's going on with the world.
But I know. I'm so glad we're doing this because it's very different to our last year's Open episode.
Oh my gosh,
So let's get into it.
Starting in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm excited to bring back the word of the day.
Yeah.
I know. It's been a while, guys. I know. But eventually I was telling Blake, we're going to run out of words. The word of the day is split jerk. I thought it'd be so appropriate since Blake is doing a lot of weightlifting right now.
Yeah.
And I was like, how am I going to explain this? But anyways, a split jerk begins with the barbell in the front rack position. So you're holding on to a good amount of weight there. You then proceed to dip at the knees. And like Blake always says in class, you're driving your knees outward, not forward. Yeah. See, if you know, you know.
Yeah, in my classes, I always do a quiz. I go, if you dip forward with your knees over your toes, where is your weight? Usually nobody answers. Maybe one person. I'm like, in the front, in your toes.
Or people just demonstrated motion and lean forward.
And they're like, is this?
Like this? And then after we go ahead and dip at the knees, we follow this with a powerful extension of the legs to help drive the barbell upward while simultaneously moving the feet in what we call a split position. So it's kind of like what I like to consider like a low lunge. Usually you're leading with like your strongest leg, which on my end is the right.
And mine's my left.
Really? Oh, yeah, you're left-handed. That makes sense. Yep. I was like, and then kind of just landing in like a very well-balanced, I guess, lunge.
Yeah, because it's not like a tightrope. Like you're not
you're not on your tippy toes.
Yeah, but it is, and it's a very like it's use hard your to legs because I forget, and you need to be upright, and your front rack needs to be very secure,
very technical.
Yeah, I think last week I hit my chin. I was like, son of a gun.
It's hard. Yeah, I feel like it's a very technical one, and usually I think at least in our gym we didn't start with split jerks when we were training with jerks.
It's hard because like when I first started CrossFit many moons ago, that's what we did. And cleans were always squat cleans. If you saw clean on the board or snatch on the board, that meant squat.
Like weightlifting style.
If we saw power cleans or power snatches, then we knew what we were going to end with in that power stance. And I feel for some reason, I don't know if CrossFit changed it to make it easier for people or
makes sense.
What is it? Programmers thought that it would be better because sometimes when people look at me and they're like, oh, well, it said clean. And I'm like, yeah, that's a squat clean. Why didn't it say squat? You know how we put power clean? See how it says power clean?
Right.
And
all right, let's get into it, guys. All right, the Open 2025 CrossFit Games.
Yeah.
I mean, last year was a crazy year. So much happened.
It was like from the beginning of the Open, we were both two different athletes. Again, we're two different athletes going into semifinals and things like that. And then, well, you had qualifiers. You were able to be in the qualifiers, which they don't have anymore.
I know.
They did it for 1 year and decided we're not doing it next year, which I thought was a load of baloney because they said that they're making new changes for this season.
Talked to a lot of people who were really excited to like qualify for the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm going to train. I'm going to make it to that 25%. And I'm like, it's doable. I mean, it's something that people can do. And now it's like
so many people were excited. And I was like, I hope they do this for another year or maybe better because like it was getting more money, I thought. But I knew that people weren't getting their shirts on time or didn't get shirts at all.
Yeah.
Because they didn't anticipate. I don't know. I just was like, why are they making a change? And not like really seeing it through. Because I feel like we've had quarterfinals, then we've had semifinals, and then we've had other things. But like they literally stated on their website, like these new changes are giving more to our participants to participate in, but also more opportunities for our elite members. This was supposed to be giving more opportunities for other athletes and elite. And I feel like it's taking it away.
Yeah, and I guess we'll go into it a little bit more detail. And I think I talked to you about the whole affiliate cup thing. But I think it's like it feels like, okay, let's give elite athletes an opportunity to qualify. I mean, there's more events to qualify in and things like that, which is great. But it's only 1%.
Yeah, and
that's crazy.
I have a list of all of the qualifying places. And this reminds me of the old Open the old semifinals or whatever the qualifiers that we talked about, where you could go to all of these places and try and qualify.
Mind you, to qualify, you need to make like top 2 or top number 1. Because I was looking, and I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, do I get to go and watch those on YouTube again?
And they're like in different countries, and it's
and I was like, this is
hard
how
to access.
It used to be, and but I still feel like it's not as much. But yeah, they were even stating about like they wanted to improve the competition for the masters teams and adaptive with deeper partnerships and supporting organizations. But I'm like, even their percentages went down again. And we were just hearing how happy that they got like larger numbers to go compete all together. So I don't think this is a good
approach to it. I mean, again, we're open to, trying and seeing how it works. But I do feel like instead of opening it up more to the community, it definitely winded it a whole lot down and made it harder. And I feel like it was trying to be covered up by this new affiliate cup thing that they brought up this year.
It's called the Community Cup. And it's for more people to join in the fun and competition in their affiliate. Right. Because I remember when I just got here, Joyce was like, well, we get to compete against
other affiliates.
And I was like, no, it's in your affiliate. If I'm not mistaken, by reading those rules about it, I mean, it would be really cool because it's
still fun.
So I feel like if we were in, let's say, the other place that we've interviewed affiliates like Yuma, Prescott, Anaheim, Thousand Oaks, you have neighboring CrossFit communities that you could play off of that. And I feel like we've done that with other gyms or other people that we know. And I feel like it's just built in that way already. So I don't know what this Community Cup is. I know though to qualify, like you have to do all of the workouts. So you can't miss a week. And you can continue this with like having the unique format from our local athletes to compete against their peers based on their level. So I remember a couple years ago, they gave everybody levels.
That's right.
And that was for competitions and things like that. So it's good to see that they're putting it actually into practice because I was like, oh, good, I'm this level. What do I get to do with it? And maybe that's what they're doing because they're going to base the workouts
on your level.
That's
true.
So it's going to be 3 workouts And they're going to release it the week before. I believe the community cup is June. June 19th to June 15th. So they'll release it.
You mean 15th through the 19th?
Yeah, June 9th through the 15th. Oh, because they're releasing the workouts the week before.
You're right, yeah.
The week of the 15th. That's why I put the 9th through the 15th. I'm so sorry.
No, you're
but
fine.
yeah, Joyce is right. So they would, they're going to release the workouts and they're all due by Sunday, June 15th. And they can be done in any order. And that's when you'll see the modifications for the levels.
Honestly, I'm excited about that.
I mean, it's another thing for the affiliate to do if the affiliate wants to do it.
Right. Because I feel like it could be very useful in the way of like, okay, now we know where you're at. And like, in terms of coaching, like I could see how that could be beneficial.
Yes.
And like most of our members of our team are at this level. Maybe we need to focus on programming. So I can see how it's helpful in that sense.
But I think it also plays into the hand of now this affiliate has to create another open atmosphere. Is your affiliate going to create this community cup to give out to the winners?
It's a lot of work for a gym too, right?
Yes. In my mind, I'm not an owner.
Right.
But like what is the give back to the affiliate to help them with the community cup? I mean, that's something to look into.
Right.
Like, what are you guys doing to help these affiliates to carry on the community cup?
Right.
Because these levels have been out for, I think, a couple of years, guys.
You did mention that, yeah.
So we already had that. I'm glad that they're doing something with it, but now you're, in a sense, pushing the affiliates to do another thing. Whether the affiliates, like our affiliate does competitions. We also set up really big for the open for participating in it. So now this is another week that we have to make sure our coaches are there to help, our owners are on board. Because what if you get athletes who are very, very excited for it, and then the affiliate owners are like, oh, sorry, like that's usually when we're gone. Oh, we weren't planning on doing this.
Right.
Now we do have to make sure that we have coaches that we're paying for. Are we making it a nightly thing? Or also people work.
Yep.
When are you going to be doing these workouts?
I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And I was just telling Blake, I was like, I might be in LA for one of the weeks. And she's like, wait, but the open's going to be at the end of February. And I'm like, I know, I'm going to have to drive all back.
Like, it says in the rules that you have to do all three.
I know. I'm like, oh, I'm calling you when I get here and you're going to be judging me. But let's talk about judging now that we're kind of on the topic of judging. I was reading in there about kind of what semifinals are going to look like. And kind of like you said, it's going to be very like the old traditional style where athletes submit videos of them competing or completing workouts. And now there's a requirement that the judges who are judging semifinals need to be not only certified in judging, but also certified in level 1. Is that right?
Yeah. So they have to be certified in level 1, which most of our, all of our coaches are level 1 or above. But we would have some helpers, especially with the novice ones or scaled, because it is a little bit easier to do that. But because now we're talking about semifinals and videos, because they were saying a lot last year with, I'm going to say it's probably those box step ups with not fully extending and judges not reading it or coaches not reading it properly. They're saying that you do definitely need a level 1. You do have to take the judges course, but then they're going to have a beefier advanced judges course that will last for 3 years. Because usually when I do for the open, it's a yearly thing that I just have to, I pay $10 for, and then I take the course. I do have to test. So this advanced one, I guess, will go more into depth with things, which they did recently change the judges course. These last 2 opens are very similar, but the other one that I did was very, very simple. And sometimes even when I'm looking at like the video and I was like, this is a good video, I can't even see anything or count anything. And you don't have the option of this is not a good video. So I would love to see what the 3-year
That's what I was going to say.
And how much is it going to be? You know?
Well, it's not the same course that we would take, right? That's something else.
So you have to take that course and you have to take this other course.
So more money,
It's an advanced judges course that lasts 3 years. So my level 1 lasts 5 years, and that's $1,000. Is this judges course, how much is it going to be that's going to last 3 years? Is it going to be worth
the investment?
Yeah. Of wanting people doing it.
And then all the coaches. Yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's something to consider.
I mean,
they might limit it to whoever's judging and that's it.
Because I mean, I don't know
Which
if
makes
it
the
really
most sense.
depicts what we're doing this year.
Mhm.
And we can just say like, these are not going to be, it's not going to be where like all of us judges, all of us coaches have to do it. I really like in mindset think that it's probably, so let's say Dave's doing it. It would be more of what like Amanda would have to do or Chris would have to do. Because usually what happens if Dave goes on, Amanda is really his true judge. I feel like
throughout.
Because you get used to like that comfort zone of somebody judging you. At least I would.
Mm-hmm.
And then that way Chris is there to coach him on things and be in the background of like, hey, you need to pick up this pace this time. And so you're not judging and coaching at the same time. Also, he's very well versed in camera and what should be where, so Dave doesn't get it. Like, I feel like last year when people weren't doing the box step right or things like that, Chris was more on it because he does look up everything. And I feel like him and Amanda do not want to be the reason why somebody in their gym didn't make it.
It's true.
You know?
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense.
So I do feel like it would be a less percentage of people because we don't have, 7 people
CrossFit
making
athletes.
it.
Yeah.
So these are more for
you
the
never
elites.
You never know.
But I'm very surprised that they're doing in affiliate ones and out of affiliate ones because they had so much drama with videos.
Mm-hmm.
So much drama. I feel
some
like
athletes were dropped and then some athletes were brought back in because of all of that. And it was just kind of a little messy, I guess I would say.
Where's the crowd going to be? Like, I do love watching people for qualifiers. Like when we have in-house qualifiers.
I do too.
But I was really looking forward to going to like semifinals and seeing like our big group of athletes and stuff. And now I'm like, I bet most of them are going to ask to just be an affiliate because if only 2 people are making it out of each or 1 person out of each.
Yeah, that's going to be hard.
And it goes back to like what we had bigger numbers this last season. Now we're going to, like you said, 1%. 1% advances to the second stage with virtual and in person.
That's why everyone's going to High Rocks.
I'm like, when you look at it,
it's just a drastic change.
And then
very drastic.
Then we're going back to 30 women and 30 men will advance to qualifying events. It says in-person qualifying events.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to top 20. I love the old games when you had the top 30 and then we started doing like, okay, now the top 20 is going to be in that like.
Yeah, I wonder what. I mean,
because
there has to be something there, right?
I guess like I was really, really excited. And then like how you said when I sat down and you were like, but it's only like 2 men and 2 women, like Mayhem Classics.
It has to
2
be top
men and 2 women. Worldland Fest in Spain, 2 men, 2 women.
I think there's
French.
2 of them that are only one, like the first place winners.
It's the Rebel Renegade in South Africa and the Far East in Republic of Korea.
That's wild.
So how many people are going to actually go to these?
Not a lot.
Because I'm like, this is like a Mayhem Classics. I guess that's going to be a new one. And then you have the Syndicate Crown, which is very well known. And you have the Torian Pro in Australia, very known. And it's only 2 men and 2 women again.
With the expectation that you have to win. It's like, how is that?
So how many people are going to be signing up for that?
Coach Day, we're signing you up.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not. I would do the affiliate one.
Same.
And be in my box and be comfortable. So then where goes the crowd? The crowd then goes to the games and pays the high up money because they're not making these other ones feasible for reasons to go.
I mean, the budget.
Because when you looked at the Syndicate Crown last year, when you looked at West Coast Classics or things like that, like you would have those guys and we'd be watching it on YouTube and be like, how are these top 15 guys and they only have 10 places? How are they going to do it? How are you going to do it with 2 positions?
I have no idea.
You don't get to go watch them.
Which is how, I mean, like, why wouldn't you?
Fun.
Yeah. And then considering that, like you said, they're trying to make a little bit more income or make more money, why wouldn't?
It's just, you know. And
it's interesting.
Then you go to teams, like the top 20 teams worldwide, the world have to make it. You know, age group, it's the top 20% to go into semifinals. So when they're looking at a minimum of 200 athletes get invited to the in-affiliate semifinals. And then they drop down.
Man, it's a tough competition ahead of us, guys.
And then the adaptive is 20 go to semifinals and 10 go to the games.
Ooh.
When they were just talking about how they loved the higher numbers at their games.
Wow.
And CrossFit just talked about how they wanted to grow these positions, how they wanted to grow these groups. But we didn't listen to the athletes. They're still doing the teens throwdown. They're still doing legends. They're still doing those things. And they did do a new pair. I believe that's going to be hooked on to something. It's just like a one-day thing. It's not going to be like a whole weekend. And it's
it did sound
masters and others like that. It reminded me of the old legends thing, because in was it Legends? It was something where it was maybe it was another semifinals or something. Sorry that I'm probably misquoting so much stuff, but they had like a fun pairs thing happening, and it was just a fun workout, and they only did it for the day instead of the weekend. And it was really cool because I think Annie and Katrin did it one season. And
I know why haven't we partnered up?
Out, because we're not elite.
Because Coach Chris took you? No, just kidding. I know we have yet to do a partner workout since Grace was here. Actually,
I know.
How could we? Anyways, maybe the affiliate. Anyways,
the community cup.
And I brought it back. I was like, maybe the community cup.
Which, you guys, I don't know. I just felt uneasy because I was super excited. Like, Joycey, this is our year. We get to go. We're at least going to one semifinals or one something together.
Let's just hope the workouts are good.
But I wanted to go and cheer for these people that, you know, like we just
set a goal with.
Yeah. People,
we're excited
are
about
retiring. And I want to see them work out in person, and I can't. Because I bet most of the elites are going to ask for an affiliate ones. I don't know how they're going to be like, yes, you get to be in an affiliate semifinal and you do not. I don't know. I don't know, because then what are the numbers for an affiliate to qualify in certain regions?
I mean, it's ridiculous, but I think it's also, I don't know, Blake, I think this is a new wave of CrossFitters too that we haven't really looked at. I know that.
Why did we do such a huge chunk of taking away?
I don't know. Last year was the whole Lazar Dukic thing too, and I don't know if they're just trying to be super duper duper like.
Are they getting sued?
I mean, and they're trying to. I mean, I'm thinking of it like, is this a safety move? Is this them just trying to be very like?
It's on the affiliate if something happens. Well, it happened at the games. It didn't happen at the semifinals.
Well, I have no idea.
I know.
But it is very, like you said, it is questionable. It's very different. It's very just 180.
Yeah, because I'm like, I also like if I didn't get to go to the semifinals or anything, like just to go cheer people on, I would watch on YouTube. What is that gonna be for me again? Like, what is it? And nothing's on the West Coast. There's one in Oklahoma City,
which is gonna make it even harder for athletes. Yeah,
2 in Tennessee, 1 in Oklahoma City.
I guess we're going to Tennessee.
No, I'm going to Australia. That's it. I'm going to go to the Queensland one.
I mean, I wouldn't mind either.
But
we need to go to the games.
It makes me upset. Like, why?
I mean, It's out of our hands, Blake. It's out of our hands.
I'm excited because I mean, I can't speak for our owners of the gym.
Right.
But I wouldn't mind. I love the spirit of the open.
I do too.
I love cheering for everybody. I love when people get their first pull-up. Stacy Lasher got her first pull-up. I was judging her.
Whoop, whoop.
She did a couple. Like, I love that feeling. I love when people connect even 4 double unders and they've never ever done that in the open. I love when they're like, I wasn't able to do, it was my first time hitting scaled because I've had to do the novice one or whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Or I hit RX for one of them, or this season, because there was one season when I was like, I want to hit RX for all of my workouts. And I did it. Like these athletes set goals. And that's why I love the open, because majority of them hit those goals, or signing up for the open was a goal, just completing it no matter what. That's a good goal. So I love it.
Gets me excited.
I know. I love it for our actual community.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind doing the community cup, like being there and supporting it. I just feel it does put a lot of pressure on affiliates then.
It does. I mean, I feel like, I guess I'm very biased and very spoiled that I'm not worried, because I'm like, oh, you know, Kingman CrossFit, they always kill it. They're always going to do something great. So I have nothing to worry about. But I could see it on the owner's end being like, oh my God, this is going to be like
I got another week of doing stuff. And it has to be done in that week.
And with certain people and coaches on there on call. And it's just, I see that side of it. I guess as the person who's just benefiting it from it all, I'm excited.
You know, it'd be really cool because it is,
I could see people
3
being
workouts
pumped for that.
It is 3 workouts. So hear me out on this.
Okay.
Because y'all are
Because
not,
we run the gym, right?
y'all are not taking the whole week off because everybody works. I know it's during the summer, but not everybody gets summers off. Okay.
True.
What if it was an in-house competition on a Saturday? Because you have to do all of those. You do have to put it in by the 15th. That Sunday.
Right.
That's the only thing that makes sense to me for these affiliates.
Like
if
do
everybody
all 3 workouts in one day?
Yeah.
But you could save your leggies and do them different days.
Yeah, but what if I'm voicing the people who work out at 5 a.m.
Right.
And you only have one coach. You can't judge everybody who signed up for the community cup that way.
True. Anyways, we're talking about it like we own the gym and we're going to decide.
No, I was just for other affiliates who are like, how are we going to do this? What if you did do an in-house community cup competition?
That'd be pretty cool.
CCC.
I was like, what?
Community cup competition.
Oh, trademark.
This isn't no CC. This is a CCC.
Hey, I love it.
Yeah,
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea either.
If we're driving people to do it because now they have their level, they know how to use it. You did this to them, CrossFit, and now you expect them to, take the whole week off of work?
You got a point there, sister. I mean, I am excited to participate anyway, but I'm with you.
I'm excited for the open. The open is the most amazing thing. Now, what they do after the open, that's everybody else's business, not mine. I just think some things were not set up correctly. I think they should have still tried the 25%.
Yeah, that would have been nice. Yeah.
Because there was a lot of people that was their goal, CrossFit. That was their goal for the end of the open 2024 to get to that, that qualifying for 2025. We had quite a few people in our gym who have been doing extra programming who wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they've also been doing extra programming to get better just at the open. But you kind of drove them to wanting this thing that you took away.
Yeah, I think consistency would have been nice. Just showing a little bit of consistency with something.
You know, like, what did they say, Joyce? That they were going to be more open about things? Maybe being open about, hey, the reason why we're not doing that, the 25% or whatever qualifiers, because it really didn't help CrossFit. Right. It actually made things worse or something other than, do we know why it got taken away?
I didn't find
it wasn't on their website.
No. I know,
so
I didn't find anything on that.
you know? So I think that's where it is. If y'all, I know that they could also be like, no, we said that we were going to be open about the laser stuff, which technically you weren't, guys.
I mean, yeah.
But as a human, I don't need to know that. Don't say you're going to be open then.
Right.
I feel like you do need to be open about these other things that people were excited about.
I think,
and now you took it away.
That's the biggest heartbreak, I think. Like you've mentioned, there was a lot of people who, I guess, came into the year with the thought or the expectation that,
just to call them out, like Carol was one of them that I was super excited to see her accomplish. I'm still excited to see what she's going to accomplish in this open. And I mean, like, when you look at the Carols of the world, or you or Allie or anybody, then I mean, you can go into, well, then if I'm a 5, I want to be a 6. Which, like, the breakdown of those were, like, I think 1 and 2 were novice. Rookie is level 1 and 2. Novice is 3 and 4. Intermediate is 5 and 6. Advanced is 7 and 8. And pro is 9 and 10. So let's say you were a 4, then your goal would to be a 5.
The psychology of the scoring, though, can be a little daunting.
So, I mean, I don't. I see some parts are good. I see some parts of it. And I see some parts where they just took things away. And I feel like they're never happy. Because I feel like we keep going back and forth on things.
It's like they're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And I've been in CrossFit for quite a while.
I was going to say you have a little bit more experience on how those changes have.
I was just super excited, Joyce, because I was like, this is our year to go to one of those events and go cheer and go just be in there. And now I'm like, I mean,
anything's possible.
I know, but then I'm like, didn't we only get to see 4 people technically move on, 2 men and 2 women if we went to any of those?
Yeah. We're just going to have to go to the CrossFit Games, I guess. I mean, it's such a horrible, horrible sacrifice, but
we must try for things.
You know, that's our resolution, right? Oh, not just kidding. Way to turn it around.
Saving money, was it? And then blowing it in 2025.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. I have a Disney trip planned already. Not just
Disney or the games.
Decisions. That's a hard one, though.
That is.
I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. No, I don't know. We've been dying to go to the games, but it is going to be different. And like you said, it's also very different because I feel like, I guess on a side note, with like veteran CrossFitters, a lot of them are retiring. And I know we talked about Katrina, now she's engaged and she's doing her own thing. And it's just crazy to see the new wave of people coming in and us seeing the people that we grew up with kind of, doing their thing. And
Colton Mertens got engaged.
He did too. I know.
Yes. Kelsey Keel got engaged.
It's happening.
There's so many CrossFit athletes who got engaged, and then there's probably going to be some babies popping out.
Right. Justin Medeiros, we're looking at you. What's happening there?
Joyce's free.
No, he has a girlfriend, doesn't he?
He does.
That's what I'm like, maybe he's going to get engaged. That's what I meant.
You're young.
I'm not trying to snatch food.
Yeah. Live your life.
I mean, yeah, he's still got some time, so.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Love is in the air, girl. Love is in the air.
Not for me.
Except in your house.
Yeah.
Like, except in your house.
I already caught that.
It's my house and I live here. Oh, Kyla. He's like, there's plenty of love in this house.
No, but I'm always super excited about the open, but this could be the first open that I'm not doing.
I know, because of your weightlifting.
Yep.
Wait.
I have been doing it since 2014.
Wait, last time did you do? Yeah, you did do it because you had an injury at one open. I remember that you couldn't do, or did you only do a workout because you were injured with the back issue? Was that 2 years ago?
No, I did it.
You did it with your injury?
I got injured right after.
Ah, that's right.
And then I started healing, and I did it last year.
You're right. And
I did it very, very mindfully.
Mm-hmm.
Very demure.
I know. I was like, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't look at me.
It was very.
It was brutal, especially those single arm
snatches and burpees.
Yeah, that was
and things like that. But I always get excited for the open because I love seeing do it
and the announcement of the workouts, and it's such a hype game.
Who knows though? Who knows how those announcements are going to be with Dave? Like, There's so many
We'll
things.
find out.
I feel like there's so many things up in the air still.
That we just don't, we're
That we
like
just-
chickens with our heads off. We're
Yeah,
like, what's
like,
going to
what's gonna
happen? We
happen?
don't know.
Yeah.
Are we paying? What's the quarterfinals looking like? Like,
Yeah.
you're not wrong. It does have that feel.
And then it feels like, okay, are we trying this out and to see which one was better last year or this year? I don't know.
I mean,
I think you still need to do things. I'm going to give them my rule, like classes, coaches, things like that. You need to try them more than 3 times. 3
mhm.
times, and then be like, that didn't work. I'm also not a business to where it's like, oh, that doesn't work, we cut it off. I don't know, guys. But I mean, let us know what you guys think about this new,
I guess,
kinda-
breakdown of the open
yeah.
and this new take. And
and what you think about like the in-affiliate semifinals, because they had so much pushback on the videos and
They did.
Things last year with videos and in-affiliate qualifiers. Like, let us know what you think. Leave a comment if you're on Spotify. If you're on Apple Podcasts, let us know too. Like, DM us.
that's right.
Let us know if we're doing amazing or not.
Dropping on the DMs.
But thank you to my co-host.
That's right.
for
Thank you,
being
girl.
here and
I
doing
know.
this. Mm-mm.
First podcast recording of the year.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting stuff.
All my findings were from CrossFit.com
Same.
/games. So you guys can look up all of the breakdown of that, when they're doing them, the dates and everything,
How you can qualify
how
the
you can
events.
qualify, and where to go if you qualify and you want to do an in-person. Also with judging, how judging's going to go, things like that. But if you feel like this podcast is your swig of pre-workout,
Goog.
please. Did you say goog?
I said glug, like chug. Get it?
I thought you were like, Google us.
Google.
Google us.
That too, though. I mean,
yeah.
you can. We are on Google.
We are.
Also, we're trademarked. I think I already said that. So
yeah.
logo pending.
Yeah. But please DM us on Instagram at Savagely Scaled or TikTok at Savagely Scaled. If you guys have like a wild gym story or something that you want us to talk about, or something that you're like, I don't feel comfortable asking my gym owners, is this even a thing? We would love to talk about it.
Absolutely.
Or you can even email us at savagelyscaled1, the number 1 at Gmail.
Mm-hmm.
Please subscribe on our YouTube. We also have, again, Apple Podcasts to leave a review. Hit those 5 stars.
That's right.
And please don't be a Karen. Be a
Sharon.
And keep sharing for us.
That's right.
Please, please, please.
I know, guys. We're so grateful to be able to do this and to have another, I guess, our first official year in the belt. And it's been a journey. It's been an absolutely beautiful journey,
Yes.
I would say, and getting to know all of you and also other members and other gyms, and just seeing how much the community is growing and how much togetherness and goals and different. I know we spoke with our previous people that we've interviewed, but it's just crazy to see how everyone is part of the same community, but everyone is in a sense achieving their own goal and story and journey. And
Yep.
it's just, it's so beautiful to see. So
Yeah. And if you have a January goal or if you hit something, let us know. We'll shout you out. Like,
yeah.
we love to give love too.
Yeah, we want to hear your successes, PR, or if you're participating in an event, if you want to shout out another friend at the gym for their successes or for having their first week of CrossFit, like,
Yeah,
let
we
us know.
love those stories and we love to shout out people. So please, this year, that's what we want to do better about, is shouting out those PRs, those successes, and things like that.
That's right.
Until
We meet
at the whiteboard again. Bye.
Pink Sisters.